Newcastle and Crystal Palace have been doing business together in the last 7 days. The big transfer from that though is that Andros Townsend is back in the Premier League with Crystal Palace, but how will he do in a new team in the Premier League, and what are his FPL prospects? All coming up on J&O United.
I think I'd be better off all alone.
What's up guys, and welcome to J&O United, bringing you the best in football news, entertainment and games. And the transfer window has suddenly come alive. Literally, Crystal Palace have made moves, Manchester United have made moves, Man City made some early moves, Liverpool have brought in some players. Everyone's going a bit crazy right now, and it's exciting. And Andros Townsend going to Crystal Palace could be a big move for Palace, as well as a bunch of other big moves. They're going for the likes of Benteke. Where are they getting this money from? Either way, if you are interested in football content, including the likes of FPL, football news, Football Manager and FIFA, make sure to subscribe to this channel. Now, Andros Townsend unfortunately doesn't have the greatest statistics for me to reel out for you, because for some reason he never got that much game at Tottenham, kind of was behind in the pecking order to what a lot of people would consider better players anyway. And then he went to Newcastle for half a season and he did well, and a lot of people were excited, but you've got to remember he was playing for Newcastle and there is potential that he could have done better if he went to a better club. Now, Palace are a better club because they didn't get relegated, but are they that much better? Well, Alan Pardew is definitely trying to make something happen at Palace, because he is making some big moves in the transfer window, a lot of which I'm sure we will talk about on this channel. But he's managed to bring in Andros Townsend, who has long shots and dribbling to his game, and he is weak in aerial duels, but really that doesn't matter when you're a winger like Andros Townsend. And the thing is, Andros Townsend has shown that he's the type of winger who can get you goals, and goals can win you games as long as you don't concede more than the other team. Andros Townsend likes to cut inside, he likes to dribble, he's a very direct winger. He likes to shoot from distance, he likes to play short passes, but he also likes to cross the ball, so in that regard he isn't one-dimensional as far as the type of passes he will play. He gets fouled often, and he does like to stick his foot in as well, which could maybe see him get some yellow cards. And to be honest, we're only really going to focus on his stats at Newcastle, because some of the Tottenham stats he had, they're not very interesting. He didn't play that many games. Because he didn't play that many games, he wasn't really settled in the team, and his stats showed that. So for Newcastle, when he moved there was a lot of hype. A lot of people were hoping he could pull Newcastle out of the relegation zone, and it was closer than people thought it might be, until Sunderland had a great performance in the double game week, which saw Newcastle kicked down into the Championship. But in 12 starts he managed to get 4 goals and 2 assists, 2 at home, 2 away, 1 at home, 1 away. So his goals and assists came no matter where he was playing, home or away. They came at a very important time for Newcastle, and he was one of those players that the Newcastle fans were proud to have and pleased with the effort that he put in to the Newcastle cause. He managed an average of 1.8 shots per game, but that rose to 2.7 shots per game at home. So at home he definitely felt more comfortable going for goal. It dropped down to 1.1 away, but that is still at least 1 shot a game, which means he could pick you up the points. And maybe at Palace, with the likes of Cabaye and Balassi, he may increase that average. His average rating was 7.35. At home it went up to 7.93 though, which shows you the type of performance he was putting in. It did drop down to 6.86 away, but I imagine that might have had something to do with the fact that Newcastle may have been playing more defensive on their travels. And he averaged 2 key passes a game, up to 3 key passes a game at home, and down to 1 key pass a game away. Now, do I think you should put him into your fantasy football teams? And do I think he'll do well at Crystal Palace? My heart says yes. I feel like if he's given the chance, Andros Townsend can prove he's a very good Premier League winger. He can get you goals, he can get you assists, he's quick, he's hard to mark, and he's the kind of impact player that can make something happen out of nowhere, especially with his long shots, how he drives the ball towards goal. Now, it all depends on his price. Andros Townsend could come in at around 6 million, and at 6 million I think it would be a definite good choice as one of your cheap midfielders. You could rotate him, you could have him as your 5th midfielder that you just leave on the bench most of the time. He's definitely going to play, I feel. You don't bring a player like Andros Townsend in for a club like Palace and not play him. So I think he could be a very good choice, but if he goes up to like the 7 million range, then I think there might be other options like Sigurdsson, like Arnautovic, who might be better choices than Andros Townsend. Even players like Balassi. If he goes up to that kind of price range, then you've just got to find the one that's most in form at that point in the season. Thank you so much for tuning in. I've been J&O, you've been awesome, and remember, it's all about the game.
We can stay up until it's light. Forget my fate, let's kick off to the side.